I'm about to reveal something about female unhappiness that will forever change how you interpret every complaint, every sigh, every eye roll from your woman. And before you start thinking this is some rant, understand that what I'm sharing comes from years of observation, personal experiences, and thousands of relationships. Patterns so strong they might as well be universal laws. There's something in the female psyche, a program that's been running since childhood, creating a constant sense of dissatisfaction, no matter what's going on in her life. And as long as you don't understand this mechanism, you'll keep trying to fix problems that aren't actually problems. You'll apologize for things that aren't your fault, and you'll slowly transform into a man who loses himself, desperately trying to make an unhappy woman happy, which, let's face it, is like trying to fill a bottomless pit. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before from married men. Nothing I do is ever good enough. He buys flowers, but they're the wrong color. He plans a date, but it's the wrong restaurant. He helps with the housework, but he's doing it wrong. He works long hours to provide, but he's absent. He spends time at home, but he's not ambitious enough. This overwhelming dissatisfaction, this constant criticism of everything he does, says, or even doesn't say, it's not really about him. This is the moment of truth that will set you free from the prison of trying to please someone who can't be pleased. I learned this lesson the hard way, through years of painful relationships. I dated women from all walks of life, different ages, different backgrounds, different personalities. But the scenario was always the same. There was the honeymoon phase, the initial happiness, and then a growing sense of dissatisfaction with everything about me and the life we shared. With one woman, I wasn't romantic enough, so with the next, I went full romantic. I took her on surprise trips, wrote poetry, the whole 9 yards. She complained I was too soft, not masculine enough. So with the next one, I became more dominant. I took charge, made decisions. She complained I wasn't considering her opinions enough. See, the dissatisfaction wasn't about my actions. It was a pre-existing condition, something that would have shown up no matter what I did. These women were running on programs, some from their genetics, some from childhood, and some from society's expectations. These programs made happiness impossible, no matter who they were with or what they had. They were unhappy before me, they were unhappy with me, and they were unhappy after me. Because unhappiness comes from within, not from external circumstances. Let's dive deeper into this. The first layer, genetics. Research shows that around 50% of personality traits, including optimism and pessimism, are inherited. Some women are literally born with brain chemistry that leads them to see the negative in everything. Their default setting is dissatisfaction. Their baseline is complaint. Their normal is unhappiness. The conscious effort to change this, they'll remain permanently dissatisfied no matter who they're with or what they have. I've seen this happen in families where the grandmother was unhappy, the mother was unhappy, and now the daughter is unhappy too. 3 generations of women who could win the lottery, marry Prince Charming, live in paradise, and still find something to complain about because their brain is wired to focus on what's wrong, not what's right. This isn't a choice. It's genetic, like being left-handed or having brown eyes. But genetics is just the beginning. The real problem lies in childhood programming. Every unhappy woman I've known has one of 2 childhood scenarios, sometimes both. First, a problematic relationship with her father. Maybe he was absent, abusive, or emotionally unavailable. She grows up with this subconscious belief that men will always disappoint her. She creates this reality by either choosing disappointing men or being so impossible to please that even good men can't meet her impossible standards. Watches her mother be chronically dissatisfied. She sees her mother constantly complaining about her father, criticizing everything, and never being happy with what she had. The daughter absorbs this like a sponge, thinking this is what women are supposed to be like. She thinks this is how relationships work. By the time she becomes an adult, she's running her mother's software without even realizing it. Time and again, I see women unknowingly recreate their mother's unhappiness, even if they swore they wouldn't. They catch themselves saying the same things their mothers did, making the same complaints, creating the same miserable atmosphere they grew up with. Because, for many women, dysfunction feels like home. It's familiar. And unless they're conscious of this, They'll always choose familiarity over happiness. It gets really twisted. The expectations versus reality gap. Women have been sold a fantasy about what relationships and marriage should look like. Disney princesses, romantic comedies, social media perfection. They enter relationships expecting constant romance, adventure, diamonds, and roses. But then reality hits. Bills, chores, routine, human flaws in their partner. And suddenly, the gap between fantasy and reality becomes a source of dissatisfaction. I knew a woman, let's call her Long. Beautiful, smart, had it all. She married a guy who adored her, a good man, stable job, treated her well. 6 months into the marriage, she was miserable. Why? Because she expected marriage to fix everything, to heal all her childhood wounds, to fill every void inside her. When it didn't, she blamed him. He wasn't romantic enough, successful enough. He wasn't enough to fix what was broken inside her. The target keeps shifting because the problem isn't external, it's internal. And social media makes this worse. Every woman now has a window into thousands of other women's lives, or at least their curated versions. She sees a colleague's anniversary gift, her sister's new house, her friend's weight loss, and it all becomes evidence that her life isn't enough. She compares her real life to everyone else's highlight reel, and the result is always dissatisfaction. Here's something most men don't understand. Many women are insincere, not because they're bad people, but because they've been taught to wear masks. They pretend to be someone they're not to get and keep a man. They act easygoing when they're really high maintenance, act sexual when they're frigid, act agreeable when they're controlling. And when the mask comes off, they're angry at themselves for pretending, and angry at you for not seeing through it. This leads to chronic dissatisfaction, exhaustion from performing, resentment from pretending, and eventually, unhappiness. And it's not because you're doing something wrong, it's because they're carrying deep programming from childhood that's making happiness impossible. The hardest truth? You cannot make an unhappy woman happy. If she was unhappy before you, she will be unhappy with you, and she will be unhappy after you. No matter what you do, her happiness is her responsibility. And until she takes responsibility for it, she will remain unhappy. The test is simple. Was she happy before you met her? Does she have a pattern of happiness in other areas of her life? Does she take responsibility for her own emotional state? If the answer is no, then you're dealing with a chronically unhappy person. And that's not going to change just because of anything you do or don't do. Understanding this doesn't fix everything, but it frees you from the futile effort of trying to fix something that you didn't break. Her happiness is her responsibility, and until she realizes that, she will remain unhappy.